Alright, we're gonna be on in 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
Welcome to the podcast. Here we are, Brothers by Law.
This is episode 3. This is the third one. You guys are here. Episode 3. This is the big one. We talked about it in the recap. This is the big one.
I was pretty excited about this one because the first 2 episodes was all on like gaming.
Yeah.
Basically, and this one was actually kind of branching off to something different, and I was like, yeah, something different. I like this.
Until I talk about more gaming.
Okay. So, in today's subject, I'm going to be mentioning a little bit of gaming too, so it's probably going to come up.
Yeah.
Like, everything.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a big part of our lives. We're going to talk about gaming a lot.
But at least it wasn't like, this one is not going to be heavy on gaming.
Oh, no.
Whereas the other ones were like, solely on Nintendo. Then it was kind of remakes and remasters.
So what is this episode about?
Just the way you said that. What is it about?
I did my research totally.
This episode here is going to be on future tech.
Future tech.
The future!
Oh, and
couldn't think of thought of Squidward from SpongeBob just freaking out. Everything's chrome.
Forgot to say, I'm Thomas. And I'm your host. And
Hey, you want to restart?
Jeff and no. Ain't no sense to restart. That's too much work. We're already a minute in. That's too much.
We just filmed the recap episode, so we're kind of jumping the gun here. We're like, oh yeah, we've already introduced ourselves, but we really didn't. But
that's all right.
This is Thomas. I'm Jeff.
So we're talking about future tech today.
Yeah, and the fears and the excitement of it.
Yes. So let's have you start.
All right.
Do we want to bring up anything this week that we didn't hit up in the recap for the past couple weeks? Anything exciting in your life? Anything like that?
No, because I've been sick.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I've been sick all week. All right, I've been battling a cold. The kid's been battling a cold. Surprisingly, the wife hasn't yet. So even prepping up for this episode has not been a priority. I'm like, well, it's future tech. I got this.
All right. Yeah, no, I mean,
I got this.
My life's been pretty boring. So hey, let's jump into future tech. You start. I think you have more than I do.
Yes, because I've been looking heavy into a lot of this.
Yeah.
Big thing that I've noticed a lot lately is 3D printing, and in particular with food.
Ooh, 3D printed food.
Yes. They've been working heavily on trying to perfect artificial man-made food and making it nutritious just the way it should be and taste exactly the way it should be. There's this thing they were talking about. This video was saying that they can make food out of thin air.
Oh, food out of thin air.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. It's not exactly out of thin air. They have a special water, protein, electricity kind of thing, but
it basically, it would be nothing.
Yeah, and I don't know too much about it. They didn't dive into the specifics, and they said it's supposed to be legit meat or it'd be real food. So that was kind of exciting, but I know 3D printed food is becoming a big thing, and that'd be kind of cool to replace my refrigerator and my microwave with a 3D printer. All right, make me a pizza.
I mean, that is a cool idea, but it's how do they get... I mean, I don't know. Just watching my food be sort of just created, it just seems weird.
I'm hoping it's going to be a lot like how we print off of paper, where it's just super fast.
Yeah.
But right now, when we see 3D printers, it's just...
Yeah, I think it's going to take 10 hours to get a slice of pepperoni.
Yeah.
Which would be just sort of...
Domino's.
Yeah, I'll just call Domino's.
No, the 3D printer gives you Domino's pizza.
Well, by the time it gives... I'd have to preset it 3 days. This way, Yeah, I think of 3D printing and stuff right now, which is... It's super cool, but it's super slow.
Yeah. It was just kind of a beta test thing.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't have it yet. But I've been eyeballing it, so I'm that'd be really cool.
I mean, it'd be a cool concept, but it's just sort of hard to grasp my mind around eating 3D food.
Yeah. I don't know how it works.
Would that be basically, if it became such a norm, it would wipe out grocery stores?
Yeah, grocery stores would be like a printer store. You have to go get.
Yeah, it's like, oh well, I'm gonna go get some what? So what, do you have to stock up? Like it'd be like stocking up ingredients, but it'd just be cartridges of like ink. It's like, oh, I gotta get that marinara cartridge and that cheese cartridge.
So you're kind of like, I don't know about that.
Like, I think it's a cool idea, but I don't. It's hard to grasp a mind around 3D food and how it's gonna change everything, and how it's gonna like. Can they get the taste right? Can they get the texture right? Is it gonna be is it the texture? Is it gonna taste like tofu in your mouth? You know, all like gummy, or is it gonna
be like exactly the way you expect it to taste?
I'm talking about like textures.
From what I've been reading, they've put a lot of study into how our taste buds interact with different objects and trying to get these artificial foods to be exactly the way it's supposed to be. But I always wonder if this becomes a norm, what happens to all the farmers?
I mean, I guess they'll plant ink cartridges.
Like, it would be very different.
And
then all the livestock, like, what do you do with all those animals? You can't just release them.
Well, no.
That's going to be organic.
Yeah. It's going to have a strange effect on everything if it becomes a big popular thing. Like grocery stores, any type of store that sells food, that's going to be sort of shot down. And then farmers and all that, farming, agriculture is a big industry in this country.
So this wasn't a thing on my list, but it just got me thinking about it. Like, because I was thinking about things that that used to be a norm that are not really a thing. And I originally thought cables. You used to have your phone on a landline.
Yeah.
Now we got wireless charging, but cables are still around. So I'm like, never mind. I got a cable with my microphone all hooked up. Like, cables are still a thing.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think of things that have like used to be the norm and they're just gone now.
Yeah.
Because that's probably a really big, like, drastic change. Like going from horses to cars. That would be very weird.
It took a while,
but it did happen. A car, I don't know.
Yeah,
horse. I know where my horse is going.
that change did take a while, but it did happen. And now, you don't see horses. I mean, you do with like certain cultures.
I saw one once. Well, I mean, I've seen them a few times, but like once on the road recently, I was just driving down. I was like, "What? This guy's riding a horse on the road."
Yeah, it's very rare.
Do not shit on my car.
But it does happen, and that's sort of like. We're sort of still new into the wireless technology, but soon, I mean, it's getting more and more. I have, I don't have like a wireless, like I have this charging brick that I don't need a cord for. I just put my phone on it, and it charges. So that, when I have that cuts out the need for a cable. I know they have they are starting wireless charging, though. They have I saw at one point they had like some device you'd put on your ceiling or whatever, and then it charged a few phones while they're in the room.
That has actually been discontinued.
I did it.
Yeah, I haven't seen much about it. I've been keeping up with it because I really was intrigued by it.
Yeah.
But, oh well.
I mean, cords, you're starting to see them slowly break away, and I think
Bluetooth headphones are a really big thing now.
I think eventually, things will be a lot more. It would be to the point where like wires are going to be like horses. They'll still be around, but you won't see them as often.
Yeah. And same with food. They'll still be around. You're just gonna get your ink cartridge.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'm still iffy with that one.
All right, what do you got?
First one I got is actually smart houses.
Okay.
Hey, now, that's a big thing.
Ooh.
And I know your house is pretty smart.
And I was actually about to ask you, how smart is your home? Because I know you.
I have a few
Alexa,
things.
Right?
We have Alexa, and I have. Currently, since where we're at, when we move again, when we get to a more stable place, like our place right now, it's just not worth investing in smart technology. But when I do, we have basically 3 lights hooked up. Our 3 main lights in the house hooked up to smart devices. So it's like, hey, Alexa, turn off the light. Boom. That's what we do.
I don't have Alexa right now.
Yeah. Sorry, people listening to it with Alexa in their house. But I love the idea of smart houses. And I know there's so much smart technology going on right now. I mean, you can control your thermostat, your door locks. You can start your oven, laundry.
Yes.
all this stuff with just your phone.
Oh, keep going. I'm sorry. So there was a study out recently that was talking about the increase in smart homes. It should be like in the millions by the next like year or two.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't remember the exact number or when they expected that.
And I think that's great. I mean, I love the idea of just a smart house. Like, you can control everything from your phone.
Yeah,
super convenient.
And then
you can go to work
automated.
Yeah, you go to work and like put something in the oven, and it's like, all right, well, let me turn that on while I'm on my way home, get that cooking already, or unlock your doors for guests or people coming in.
That's what I do like that, and then I can even check to see if my door is locked or unlocked if I like forget. I'm like, oh, okay.
Control the lights, you know.
I'm not sure what made me want a smart home.
I've always wanted a smart home. Ever since they had that movie back in the day where the people won like the smart house, did everything for them. Like, that is the coolest thing. I've always wanted one, and now we're getting to the point where I'm actually gonna have one.
Okay, I found some numbers.
All right, what's your numbers?
Well, it was talking about the projected market volume.
Mm-hmm.
It says $23.5 billion in 2019. That's the market for the U.S. alone smart homes.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
That is a huge chunk.
And then China is 12.9 billion. Japan is 4.19 billion. Yeah, I was trying to find the amount of smart homes that are projected to be around, but I can't seem to find that. Oh, there it is. Projected suggestions will be 70.6 million smart home households by 2023, nearly double from 2018.
I can see it too.
Crazy.
It's starting to become a big market, and you're seeing it a lot more and more. And there are some places like they have that Ring doorbell that when people go by your house, you get notification on your phone. And there are some places that are just like handing them out because of like robberies and thefts and stuff. You can see it.
Yeah, it's funny because you mentioned Ring, and I'm slightly upset with Ring because I have a Nest, right? The Nest I like, but there's certain things that Ring seems to be more compatible with. Yeah. So I was like, oh man, did I go with the wrong one? Because at the time, Ring was kind of still picking up, and I just wasn't sure.
So it's not that you have an issue with Ring, you have an issue with the fact that you didn't get a Ring.
I might have a slight issue. I mean, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the Nest Nest Hello. It's just more of, it seems like Ring is more friendly to everybody else.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of an issue with smart homes in general. Like, you have Hue, which is really expensive for like smart lights. They're compatible with a lot of things, but then you have other cheaper alternatives that might not be compatible with all kinds of other things.
Yeah, and that's the issue at this point, is finding what works with what. I did the research, with what I bought already and with what I have, and I basically sent out like a list on my Amazon of everything that I could use with what I had, like the programs and stuff I had. So all the different smart light switches, doorbells, locks, thermostats, everything. Like, just had them all on my wish list, so I go through it, and like when I want to start buying it, I already know this stuff is compatible with what I could use.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that list.
Yeah, I got it. I think I should still be on my Amazon. So,
because I got a similar list. It's not like smart home specific, but like stuff for the kitchen and this and that. So.
Oh yeah. So it's good to have lists.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do you have any concerns with smart houses? Do you think there's any potential negative consequences?
So I know a lot of people are nervous about giving big tech a lot of power over your own home. I know privacy was a big issue, like having cameras up and people can hack into them and basically be spying on you.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't mind. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything illegal, and it's not like I'm doing anything worthwhile, Yeah. But I don't know. Like, I guess for some reason I'm just like, yeah, I trust you. It's whatever.
Well,
But I mean, like, I trust like them with my phone.
That's
right?
the way you
like,
see it. If you are, oh, I see it. I'm just gonna. This was a big thing back. You know, they had that stupid face thing that made you look old,
oh,
and
yeah.
everyone was freaking out because Russian hackers, blah blah blah. If you have a smartphone in your hand, if you have any type of technology, everybody already knows everything.
Yeah.
Quit worrying. You have a Facebook account, they know everything. You can't pick and choose. If you have some type of technology, chances are they're spying on you. Quit worrying about it.
It's funny.
Just deal with it.
So, like, I know that there's a big debacle with Google spying on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one of the congressmen were sitting there with their phone, like, can you track exactly where I am with this phone, even if my GPS is off, right? And they're like, well, I'd have to look at the phone, right? What most people don't realize is Google owns Android.
Yep.
So it don't matter if your GPS is off. If you're using Android, you're giving Google certain permission.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you connect to the Wi-Fi, you're giving a general location of where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You just connect to a cell tower, same thing. Like they don't know like the specifics of where you are, but
they know the general.
You're like, oh, he's probably within these 4 houses.
Yeah.
And that's just how devices communicate.
Yeah.
And they can't say no, we can't see that because I mean that'd be lying.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad about that because I was like, man, they really have no clue how technology works.
Nah, I don't know. That's a topic for another day.
So for me, smart homes, like I don't have a concern with them. I'm pretty excited. Obviously, I got my own little smart home thing going. So.
My only concern is that Alexa's going to hear me wrong and buy something. Which we had something. I can't remember what happened. We were doing something, but then just like randomly, Alexa started playing music.
Yeah, like, Google randomly jumped in on conversations. Cortana does too. Hey, if anybody watches my YouTube videos, you'll know this for a fact. I was in the middle of playing a game with my wife, right? And out of nowhere, Cortana popped up and was like, hey, can I help you with something? I was like, what? No, go away.
Oh, we had that earlier with the Bigsby on our phones. Got that button. You were recording that video of us throwing the dart and then like, no, shut up, Bigsby. I do that stupid button on my phone. I hate that all the time. I just want to rip it off.
You can turn it off.
I'm too lazy.
Alright.
What's your next?
I'm going to save this one for later.
Oh, okay, fine.
Alright, we're going to go with health and smartwatches.
Health and smartwatches,
I stuck them together because smartwatches are really diving into the health realm.
Yeah.
Like, they got... Apple's had it for a bit, the EKG.
Mm-hmm.
And now the other companies are jumping into an EKG.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty awesome. I'm waiting for them to be able to check my temperature and see if I have a fever. That'd be great.
Eventually.
Because I've been having a cold. But,
help me, smartwatch, help me.
So I kind of stuck them together, but I'm pretty excited about all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You had me nervous. What was that back there?
I thought I heard something, like a ghost or something back there.
It's like, oh no.
You spooky ghost.
But I mean, like I've recently started using this watch. I love how it tracks my steps. It tells me my sleep hours. Oh my! It knows when I fall into a deep sleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of cool. The thing is, it's a little big of a watch, so I don't always sleep with it. And
yeah.
I actually kind of developed a few bumps for a second there, but then I take it off every night. It's fine, but
yeah. I love the I don't have one, but I used to have one of those Fitbit trackers. I loved the issue I have with the tracker. I don't know if they've improved it yet or not, but I mean,
you move your hand.
Boom! Oh look, 500 steps.
So interesting thing about Fitbit. Hey, here's some breaking news for you. Google is looking to buy Fitbit.
Ooh. I think I have stock in Fitbit.
Do you really?
Like I got a free stock in Fitbit.
Okay.
Yes. Give me some money.
Yeah, so I think Facebook was interested. Mm-hmm. They bidded, and a lot of people's opinions kind of low. I don't know, I think it was like $1 billion, which I'm like, that doesn't seem low to me. But
yeah, that's funny.
But I guess Google bidded double.
Ooh.
So yeah, I kind of heard a little bit about it. I haven't actually used Fitbit before, but then here on the smartwatches, like, well, who knows? Maybe Google will have some better stuff, and Fitbit will be better too.
Yeah, well, if Google buys it, and then they sort of combine it, Fitbit and Google watches.
I thought Google would buy Garmin.
Yeah,
Garmin's really nice.
I like the idea of the smartwatches and the fitness trackers. I think they're really good. I'm not a watch wearing person. Like, I really don't wear watches. And like I don't know, I just hate like the fact that if I wear it and I'm outside a lot, I
Do
get
you
that
wear your
rear
watch
tan.
on your right arm or your left?
This one, it's my right.
Why is that?
I don't know. I've always put it there because like it's just like that's what I do. Like oh, when
I
wear
just
watches,
kept like
it's on my
looking at
right.
your right. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I could
I don't
put it on
know.
my right.
I just always felt better with it on my right hand. Just felt more natural. Though I just don't. I like them. I just don't wear them. But I do like what they've been able to do. You know, they can track your calories, your steps. They can check your heartbeats.
Oh, so another cool thing is it kind of becomes a secondary phone.
Yep.
So my phone, for some reason lately, just won't take calls well. Like I'll sometimes answer the call and no one can hear me.
Yeah.
Like if I answer on my watch and it's all good to go.
Hey.
Not only that, but if my phone's like dead, I'll put my phone on the charger and I'll just walk away.
And your watch.
Yeah, I got my
It's
watch.
that.
Tell me
It's
if I
like
get
the
any
best if you had your Bluetooth headphones. Because then you're
Yeah.
gonna be hey and you're talking to your watch and everybody can hear it and that's sort of annoying.
That is a little awkward when people
Yeah.
can hear stuff, but I mean,
But
I
it's
haven't
cool that
had
you can
a
get your
conversation
emails
yet.
and your texts. Some of them you can reply to text and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I see the option, but I always want to write paragraphs, so.
And I like the fact you can have like your music on there, so like you have your blue, you don't have to carry your phone if you're like
Kinda.
exercising.
So this is actually the downside with smartwatches. A lot of them will only have a full capacity of 4 gigs, which not that bad, but when you account for downloading like updates and apps, there's
It
not
takes
a
up
whole
quite a
lot
bit.
of space for music that you can download. You can stream if you have like LTE or you're connected to Wi-Fi, you can stream music to your watch. But if you're like out running and you don't have that, you're
That's
kind of
true.
out of luck. So that's why I've been waiting for like micro SD slot. Come on, watch. Give me a micro SD slot.
It's tiny. Fit it in there.
Give me a terabyte.
Yeah.
Do I need a terabyte on my watch? No, but I like it.
Hey.
All right, what do you got?
Next, robots.
Robots.
I mean, I know they were already making some very amazing progress within like robots. You know, they've. It's crazy. You got like, I mean, not just like humanoid robots. I'm talking. They got like the Roombas.
Yeah. Okay.
They have like the mopping ones. So they have mowing ones. They have robots now that will go out and mow your yard. Like it's like a Roomba, but it mows your yard. They have ones that go out into your like garden and pick weeds. You can identify
Wait, what?
weeds and pick them.
This guy knows way too much about yard stuff.
Unfortunately, I do. But yeah, they have robotic machines that can go mow your yard and go into your garden and pick weeds. They can identify a weed compared to a vegetable and pick it.
You have to send that to me because I want.
I will
to
show
know
you
what's
that stuff.
getting-
Yeah,
Get
it
rid
just
of it,
goes like,
gone.
whoop, boom. And it's
Huh.
crazy. Then you got, I know drones aren't necessarily robots, but I sort of integrate that sort of into the robot sort of category as the drones. They're more
Yeah.
human controlled, but I sort of integral with the robot
the
idea.
crazy thing is drones aren't being human controlled so much anymore,
Yeah. I know some are, yeah.
which I think is actually kind of cool. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. But then, yeah, they do have, wasn't there a thing, Japan and America was in a competition to build a robot to fight each other? It was some...
I couldn't help but think of that TV show. There were the robot battles or something.
Oh, where they build the little robot machines?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Were you talking about like a miniature Gundam or something?
Oh, no. Well, sort of, yeah.
So you mentioned robots, and I was sitting there thinking of iRobot.
Ooh.
I recently saw a video about it, and I was trying to remember, like, what were they talking about in that video? It was more about the CGI work behind it. But
Yeah.
still, like, that is a dystopia where you have these autonomous robots that do things for you.
Okay, yeah, so this was back 2017. This is 2019 right now, but this is 2017. They both built robots. America and Japan, and they fought. It took forever, but then... Yeah. It was a long fight.
They did fight.
The first World International Giant Robot Fight.
Who won? It's probably Japan and Japanese.
Yeah, probably. Let me see.
Or did Microsoft win?
Ah, this is
Oh,
huge.
Microsoft, did you win?
Where is it? Conclusion. Wow. Yep.
Japan
America
won.
won.
Oh, we won.
We won.
Let me wave my flag around.
So, we have the potential to build some crazy fighting robots. Like, you know, I mean, it's going to be cool. Like, see, I mean, it's one of those things that robots, I mean, there's plenty of movies where robots are bad. You know, you see just having robots in the world cause so many issues.
Yeah.
But it's such a crazy cool concept as well to think like, oh yeah, you know, you can have like a robot to do your chores. You know, you have a robot to, you know, do this and that with.
I know right now they're having they were having a big issue with supplying enough power to robots.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're finally starting to tackle it, but hopefully this wireless technology stuff can actually fix that issue.
Yeah. Like, another issue though, like, I love the idea of robots, but then you got the issue of, okay, yeah, well, what? And you see it a lot, robots basically replacing us for jobs. Now, what's that going to do? Like, do you have your own robot that can go do your job for you when you get paid for the robot doing your work? Or are they just going to build robots to do the work for you and you're just going to be screwed?
This has been a conversation in in general. They've been talking about. So I've been kind of paying attention to Andrew Yang,
Mm-hmm.
the politician, right?
Yeah.
And he talked about giving people $1,000, right?
Mm-hmm. Like every month or something?
Yeah, every month. And originally I was like, what? How where are you gonna get that money from?
Yeah.
You know, and why? And one of his things was, it's to compensate for the fact that everything's going autonomous. So if you develop a company that goes autonomous, you are kind of charged like a fee to pay for the fact that you don't have employees anymore.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I can see the idea of that being great.
Yeah. So hopefully that they do something about that, because that's been a concern about mine. Is as more robots come into our economy, like
Less jobs.
Less jobs. Like, what are we gonna do?
I mean, car manufacturers are mostly machines now.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of factories are just mostly machines. You got people just sort of making sure everything goes right.
It's funny because a lot of people complain, but I work on airplanes and my back kills me sometimes. You know, I'm okay if robots take over those jobs. Give me something that doesn't kill my back.
Yeah.
But they do need to replace our jobs if they go autonomous.
Yeah.
Or compensate us somehow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, it's one of those things like I'm super excited for, but at the same time, a lot could go wrong with robots.
You know what I just thought of? Have you ever watched the TV show called Phil of the Future?
Oh, forever ago.
I remember they had, this is slightly off topic, but, well, it's not entirely. It is future tech. He briefly mentions about this thing. I don't remember what it was exactly, but he said it replaced the internet in the future.
What's going to replace the internet?
I always wondered, I'm like, what if that actually becomes a thing?
What's going to replace the internet, though? Like, what else can we create?
Yeah, but it was just kind of
I'm making my own internet, screw it.
They're like, we talking about like just people getting replaced by robots, and like everything's just gonna get replaced.
Like,
the internet's gonna
everything
get replaced.
eventually get replaced.
Yeah, I can't imagine it.
Yeah,
but I don't think people
100
like, years ago thought about the internet.
Yeah, well, they never thought this could have even existed, but now we're sitting there like, how could this be different?
Yeah,
how could you change this? All right, what's next on your list?
All right, so next up, I had 5G and cloud services. I stuck them together because 5G, it's kind of one of those things where we're not entirely sure where it's going to be at when it does. I mean, it's kind of released, but it's not really released.
It's out there, but it's not. Yeah,
it's kind of It's in like a select few cities.
Yeah,
but I know once 5G becomes more of a thing, cloud services can actually become bigger and better.
Yeah.
So mainly I want to like focus on like cloud services, which I'm actually pretty excited about in general.
Yeah, I think we briefly touched up on cloud, as when we were talking about having the everything saved on the cloud, but having it versus the physical copy.
Yeah.
And I think the cloud is a great idea if I could do it to where I'd buy the physical copy, put it on the cloud, and still have the physical copy. But they don't really want to do it that way because they want money.
Right. But I'm talking about like everything on the cloud.
Oh yeah, everything.
Whoop, whoop. Drop the mic.
And I think that's a great idea. I mean, it's like safe. I get safe area to have all your stuff. It's not physical. You're not have to worry about a hard drive burning up.
Right.
But then there's the thing. This goes back to like, everyone's watching you. Where's all that data go? Where is it? Who can access it? Who can't access it? What cloud? I mean, what that cloud moves to a different, that hits that, ecosphere and then turns into rain, No.
Not a physical cloud.
Yeah, there's just a giant cloud that roams around the Earth and it stores all our data, and you have to be lucky, like within its reach, to get your stuff out.
It was kind of funny to me when the cloud became a general term for the internet.
Yeah.
It used to be like, oh yeah, it goes off to the internet, out there.
Off to the cloud.
But now it's the cloud, the mysterious cloud. We don't know what's in the cloud, but
everyone's personal data.
But like how fast and smart are phones becoming?
Ridiculous.
Like you can make devices really tiny, and then if you want a little extra horsepower, put it in the cloud. And so one of the big things that I've been debating about with my desktop, this guy right here, is if it would be a wise decision to get a new desktop, or is cloud computing going to be such a big thing that it'd be pointless? Like, I wonder if cloud computing would be cheap and replace the reason for even getting a powerful rig anymore.
I don't know. I mean, when I think of the cloud, I think of just basically storing your data.
Right.
So the concept would be you wouldn't really need hard drives or anything, because all your stuff would be backed up, saved into the cloud.
Well, that's how it used to be, but now you got Netflix, which is kind of cloud-based, but then you also have Google Stadia, which I'm getting here soon, which is gaming on the cloud.
I mean, that's the new gaming. Yeah.
So, cloud is no longer just a storage thing.
That's just moving out to...
It is everything.
I mean, it's really going to have to depend on what they do with it. Like, what are they initially going to do with it? How is it going to grow?
Everything.
I might be like, hey, cloud, cook me a...
I mean, most people stream their music.
Yeah.
Nobody downloads them anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but...
Well, I do, so I don't have to use my data.
Just... Yeah, that's true.
It's going to be sitting there like, hey, cloud,
but I know, like...
print me a pizza?
Unlimited data is becoming a very big thing right now.
Yeah. It's all still crazy expensive, but...
Yeah. Not as expensive. Well, I mean, okay. So if you got a data cap, that's okay. Right? But once you go over that, then becomes about the same price.
Yeah.
Or more.
Those data caps. Is it data or data?
I think I've heard both.
That's a big debate. Data or data? What do you guys think? Data or data?
I literally go back and forth on it.
I say both.
It's whatever sounds better in the sentence.
Yeah, basically.
I think data for the most part, but data sometimes sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I already got next.
Sort of links in with robots.
Body robots. What?
Body modifications.
Oh.
I'm talking like, they got the prosthetic legs. Sure, they have that technology now that they're like really realistic. Like, not like realistic looking, but realistic functioning.
Straight up like...
robot legs.
Yeah.
Which, I ain't gonna lie, I am all about getting robot legs.
Like, this is Cyberpunk 2077 right here.
So, yeah, I'm all out having some like robot legs and robot arms with like lasers, whatnot.
That stuff kind of scares me, to be honest.
Oh, I mean, it scares me too, but I think it's such a cool idea. Another thing, like, I think it's so freaking cool, but it scares the crap out of me.
So, kind of going off of that, I know there was a new thing that was coming out with this new tech skin. It looks like human skin, but it can actually feel.
Ooh.
Now a lot of people were making like sexual innuendos with it, but I was thinking my first thought was like a prosthetic leg or an arm where you have this artificial skin where it can actually feel for you.
Yeah.
Which that would be a big jump. Because right now, that's the issue with roboticness. You can't, like, feel so much.
Yeah, you can do things, but you can't feel. Yeah.
I think a few things, like, they test around, like, yeah, you can kind of feel, but it's not, like actually feeling.
Yeah. Now, that's cool, though, that they can basically do that, but I'm thinking, though, body mods that basically enhance human potential.
Like eyes.
Yeah, like you get the robotic eyes, you see normal, everything's normal, but then you can have like, you blink or something, you do something, you think about it, or however it's gonna work, and then basically your phone's right there. And you just
Oh, okay, that kind of body mods.
Yeah, like I'm talking about straight up sci-fi fantasy,
Okay.
human changing modifications.
Have you seen Altered Carbon?
No.
It's a series on Netflix. I keep waiting for season 2, but it hasn't come out yet. But yeah, one of the things that they can literally see like advertisements pop up on them.
Yeah.
Thing. They have to like put a little advertisement blocker on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that would be the future of like, hey, ads. Here you go.
Yeah, it's ads everywhere. But then like, you get your legs that can like double, triple your jump, or your speed, and like arms that can punch down a wall. Like,
it'd be weird
because the potential would be so amazing on things you could do, but at the same time, like, then you're gonna have people doing it for the bad.
I just thought of something weird. Okay, let's just say you get like a full-on robotic body, right, bare metal, but then you layer augmented reality over top. You can see the individual however you want to see them.
Oh, that's cool. So like, I could be looking at you, and you could look like whatever I want, like Iron Man.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know what? Nah, let's ban Spider-Man. Like, nah, let's do Wolverine.
That'd be weird.
Just flip through superheroes. Like, who do I want him to look like
Who do
today?
I want to talk to today?
Hey, that'd be great for this. If they're watching on YouTube, then we could be whoever they want us to be.
I'll be Hugh Jackman. Wolverine. But yeah, like I know augmented reality is becoming really big, so I was just thinking like robotics don't want to take that extra step to making things look realistic, because that's the issue, making things look realistic.
Yeah.
Just put a little augmented reality right over top. Call it good.
That would be cool. But like I said, it's body mod. That's one of the things. Like, it's such a cool and interesting idea, but like what could actually be done with it is super frightening.
Yeah, I always wonder how far they're gonna take it.
Oh, they're gonna go as far as they can.
Because I know Neuralink. Do you know what Neuralink is, or?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. They were talking about putting like a computer chip in the brain that wirelessly talks to prosthetic limbs, which sounds not so bad. But then they also talk about in the future you can also talk to your phone. Now I'm like,
yeah, that's a little crazy.
So it makes me worry that if we are going to start communicating to these things wirelessly, can they communicate back? And if they can, how do you prevent like a virus?
Yeah.
Malware,
So what I was thinking was more like, you're like, all right, leg, time to wake up. Okay. Like your leg actually talking back to you.
Well, I mean,
like what type of voice would your leg have?
The idea is, you step on the floor. There doesn't have to be any physical linkage between you and your leg, but it sends a wireless signal to your
brain, like, your
my computer chip that says it's touched the floor.
Yeah.
Did that command? You feel it.
I was just thinking,
not the leg. Just
yeah,
talking
I got
back
it.
and forth with your leg.
Like, what you doing, sir? Oh, just talk to my leg. It's okay.
But yeah, this is something I worry about. Like, I wonder how far these interactions with our electronic devices would be.
They're going to take it as far as they can. That's one thing you learn about science. They're going to take things as far as they can.
I've noticed biology has taken a giant leap recently.
Talk about giving them the go-ahead to try to bring humans back to life.
That or dinosaurs, or like, even like not to get any touchy subject, but like transgender in general, like that is some serious science right there. It's like that's crazy.
The things they are doing is it's frightening. Like there are plenty of TV shows and movies and books on why we should not bring people back to life and bring dinosaurs back to life. But here we are. Why are we doing it? Because we can. And that's what science is. They're going to push the limits to see what they can do.
I think
regardless of the consequences.
They've created a lab-grown heart, I believe, or lungs too.
You know what else they've done?
Freaking crazy.
They've churned. They're making impossible meat. Now that is just too far.
No, that's not. That's exactly where it needs to be.
No.
I want that.
I wanted to. That possible meat. Like, I haven't tried it yet. I've heard, it tastes just like meat. You wouldn't be able to tell the difference. It is quite expensive, though. Currently, it's still new. But, yeah,
I haven't tried it, so...
I haven't either. I know Burger King has pushed out their Impossible Whopper. I've been wanting to try it, but I don't know. Like, I don't like mushrooms, so then it's basically all made from mushrooms. Then it's like, okay, well, they say, it tastes and it tastes like meat. It's like, well, okay, but does it really?
So I've eaten a lot of vegan stuff. I'm not vegan, but I always try it. And there's some meat stuff that gets pretty close. Like, it doesn't have that juicy, like, that greasy feel to it. I mean, that's kind of why you switch over as far as something that's a little bit healthier. But I mean, it gets close. It's not too bad.
Yeah, no, I've had, like the Morning Star stuff. I ate some of that, and it's okay. It's not bad, but it just doesn't,
not the same.
You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
But they're saying there's possible meat. You can't tell the difference. I mean, I'll just have to go out and try. Maybe we'll do a YouTube.
You should have brought this up during a 3D printed food.
I know, right now I'm thinking, this is...
Were you hungry?
No. We should do a video where we get a regular Whopper and an Impossible Whopper, and we blindfold taste test them.
Oh, it's impossible.
And see if we can tell which one's which.
Or maybe just, that and rate which one tastes better.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I'm down with that.
All right, we'll do it one of these days. All right, so I guess that's, body mods. Super cool idea, super scary. No, were we talking about, we were still talking about body mods.
Yeah, we were still on body mods.
Yeah, okay.
I went on a tangent a little bit, and then you went on a tangent.
It's your go, what do you got?
All right. Oh, jeez, what should I pick next?
Well, I only have one more. So.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with big companies.
All right.
So, I know corporations have gotten really big lately.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, heck, we got a couple that are talking about going to the moon and going to Mars, right? But at the same time, we're also having a lot of people talking about breaking up big companies.
Yeah.
So, for future tech, I was sitting there thinking about tech companies and the future of them. Like, would they end up being broken up, or would they stay together and become this superpower?
Well, I mean, the way Disney's going, it'll probably own everything here soon.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I mean, Google, Apple, all of it owned by Disney.
But then they'd all compete together, right?
Yeah. I mean, they would pretend to compete together, but really Disney's making all the money. Mickey Mouse gets all of it.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, governments have always done that. Like, back in the Roman times, they'd, try to conquer more land and become all one, like one big superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody's kind of got their little border lines. We're like, oh, we're safe. This is our country. That's your country. We're good.
But now the companies,
are
from
doing
the
same
inside,
thing.
like, all right, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy this, and everybody just sort of combines. That's the issue. It's like there's some of these companies you don't know what they actually own.
Oh yeah, I think I saw a video on Samsung once, and I was like, they have a military? I think they have like a mini military.
Like there is this map I looked at, like when it comes to like the junk food stuff, like who owns what, and it is ridiculous who owns what. Like it's
there's like that one guy that owns most of it.
Yeah. Well, it's like the sunglasses, dude. Like the glasses. Basically, one company owns all the glasses.
Huh.
And the insurance for glasses.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But then you got like these sunglasses. These certain glasses are like 200. Then the same guy has another. The other one's for like 50. It's all the same from the same person. He can. All right. Well, I'm gonna sell these higher, but I'm gonna sell these lower, and it makes it seem like there's a competition out there. But really, most of the glass company are owned by one person.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, we talk about like some really cool cutting edge future tech stuff. Would splitting these companies up ruin that future possibility? Would it set us back a good couple decades?
I mean,
that's kind of what I wonder about, because like if you were to if you split Google into like 4 different companies, like could you imagine like how much slower things would be?
I think because you got them all together, all working together, but there's no competition. So let's just say like Google owns everything coming in with like the smartwatches. So they own like the Fitbit, they own all the different smartwatch stuff, technology. Now they're working on it, and yeah, they're still trying to work to improve, but there's no real competition there because they own all of it. But however, if there was competition, they're going to be working harder to improve that technology.
So like, that's the kind of the thing though. Like you have Google.com, but you have other search engines, but for some reason everybody goes to Google regardless.
Well, I mean,
you got Chrome, right?
Explorer.
Do you? Yeah. But see, like, would dividing them up even change our perspective on things? Like, would we try other things, or would we just be like, I'm going to keep using it?
I mean, that's going to depends on how far along companies are. Because, like, if you're something established,
Because, like, I've recently switched a lot to Microsoft stuff. I've used Edge, I've used Bing, and it's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Edge is a little glitchy in a few areas. Like, Facebook sometimes will freeze up. Same with YouTube. Well, YouTube doesn't freeze up, but it's a little slow. And that just might be because, Chrome has such a dominance over a lot of this.
Yeah. I don't know. It's sort of a tough question. It's the way I see it. Like, I think it's good to have, one company sort of own all of this one thing and able to work to improve it. But at the same time, I feel competition helps push to grow faster.
And that's why I switched over to Microsoft stuff, because I want them to compete. I really like their stuff. I'm like, come on, you gotta kick Google's butt.
Yeah,
I really want you to, and I like what you're doing. You just been buried, and I don't want you to be buried. You used to be king of the internet. What happened? Hey, Google, no, go away.
You're talking about Google too much. You're talking all this Microsoft. Now Google's coming at you. They know.
For some reason, I said, did I say fart? It thought I said fart, and it decided, I can't make those noises.
This is smart technology. It's beautiful.
Oh, alrighty then. Thank you for telling me that you can't fart. Okay, you know what? We can split you off. You're done.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I don't know. That's something that I've been kind of wondering a lot about, because I know people have been talking about splitting up the big companies, and talking about the future of tech, I was wondering, if we do split up, what would future tech be like? Would it be better, or would it actually be worse? Because big corporations, as they argue, is if you split us up, you'll actually ruin a lot of things.
It's hard to think, really. I mean, unless it's actually in place and you wait a few years and see how it works, you really can't say how it's going to go.
Yeah.
That's just the truth about it. I mean, you can speculate and guess, and everyone has their own idea of how it's going to go, but the truth of the matter is, unless it actually happens and we have a long enough period of time to see how it plays out, we have no clue how it's going to actually go. Or what will be better.
Maybe in a few years we'll have a clue.
We'll see. A little dramatic.
You got your last one?
My final one that I thought of to bring up. Complete VR gaming. And
I know I touched up on Augmented Reality there for a second, and then I realized, you were wanting to talk about VR. Let's not dive down that too much.
And I'm talking complete VR. They have a thing set up now in some malls and stuff. They have those little bubbles you can go in. Or they have the rooms that you can go in. Not bubbles, but the balls.
That's some
and
future
the rooms
tech
you can
right
go
there.
into. And it's all you're in this little space and you got your VR stuff and you can I'm just waiting for that to be able to be fully integrated into houses. You know, like you get your own little headset, your gear, and I sort of brought this up in our first episode. But basically, your whole setup to where you're using your whole body and you're controlling everything with your movements, your all that. I am heavily waiting for that.
So like an arcade kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because for a little bit there, I didn't care too much about VR. I felt that it was kind of lagging behind, but it's actually recently started picking up quite a bit. One of the big issues I had was the resolution.
Yeah.
I thought the resolution was a little weak, especially with the screen like up to your face,
Yeah.
But I know Steam. I'm trying to remember what it's called. What is the Steam one called? Is it just Steam VR?
I don't know.
Oh man, I'm feel so dumb because I was like really into like reading it, and then I stopped. Anyways, the Steam's VR set is actually, it's not like a whole lot better in resolution, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
It made some improvement. It's got a bigger refresh rate and a little bit wider of an angle. But I think if you really want some good VR, I'm gonna have to lean that VR needs to really dip their toes into 8K resolution.
Mm-hmm. Well,
because I mean, when you do VR, you want to feel like you're there.
To get a better idea of what I'm actually thinking about, Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
So like that ball thing or the cables.
Well, you get all that stuff, yeah, and then you're like, that's what I'm talking. Like, I want that to be a real thing. Like, you go into this whole new, like, you get whatever you want.
That's what I was waiting for VR to jump into. There's just certain areas that I felt like they were lacking, and I was like, oh, come on, can we get there yet? And they're starting to kind of dip their toes. I mean, they got the finger movements now, which I'm like, yes, I can grab stuff.
Like, I would love to game like that. Like, I am desperately waiting to be able to fully just everything I do in the game. And being able to do whatever.
Have you done a lot of VR gaming?
No, not anytime recently. It's been a while since I've touched VR.
So I know a guy who's really big into VR, and I've been wanting to get him on the podcast so we can talk about like VR stuff.
Well, we need to get him on the podcast.
Because I personally don't know too much about it. I've done a lot of reading on it, and there's certain areas, like I said, I've been waiting for improvements on. But I'm hoping he can like enlighten us a little bit on that.
Yeah, that's definitely something I'd love to touch up on.
Yeah, VR would be. I think that's the next step to gaming. I don't know about you, but when I put on the Samsung Gear, is that what it was?
Yeah,
you had that, and I tried it on. I just remember feeling really like woozy.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. Like, I mean, I'm sure they've improved it in a while, like, in the past few years.
Yeah, I remember looking around a little bit, and I was like, oh, jeez, I want it off.
Yeah,
this is awful.
I think it's definitely something that's going to be awesome in the future, but of course, it's still going to have its side effects.
So, is VR like the next thing from 3D?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
I wasn't sure.
I don't know what it. Yeah, the 3D. Yeah, then
like I know they kept like pushing the 3D TVs, right? And 3D in 1080 was a thing, but they never came out with 3D in 4K, which kind of bummed me out.
Yeah,
because I was like, oh, 3D and 4K, that would be nice, but they never had that. So with VR, like, kind of picking up steam, I was like, I wonder if VR is just going to replace 3D altogether. Just go away, 3D.
Yeah. Or then we're just going to go back to 2D. We're going to go back in time. Go back to the old pixelated stuff.
Oh, you're talking about, like, real
Pong. I mean, it does get a point. When are we going to be so far ahead of technology where there is no way to improve? And the only way to go is back. Do you think there's a point?
I mean, we kind of done that. Like, a lot of games will purposely come with a cartoonish, downgraded graphic style just for the sake of being kind of unique.
Yeah.
And I think, what was it?
Cuphead.
I was thinking Cuphead.
Oh, yeah.
Cuphead purposely had that old-fashioned cartoon style. Like, it looked like it was hand-drawn.
Then we talked about this in the Switch thing, but when Dragon Quest came out on Switch,
Oh, the 3D
They had the
one?
3D. They had the more a little more
Yeah.
cartoony-ish one. I mean, it's already a cartoony-ish game, but they had
Right.
the yeah. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see what happens in
See
the
how
VR
that goes.
realm, because I'm definitely interested. Hopefully they'll have like really cool, awesome arcade places.
Oh yeah.
I know there's a few. But I've
There
never
are-
actually been to any of them.
Yeah.
So going a little into realistic, what's too realistic and stuff.
Mhm.
I know this is propped up a lot. CGI / deepfakes.
Okay.
I actually woke up this morning and watched a commercial. I think it was like for a chocolate bar. Couldn't remember the company's name or anything, but they had this CGI female. Trying to remember her name. Anyway, she's passed away now, but the CGI looked real good.
Yeah.
And I could see a future where that's going to be very, very common.
Well,
I mean, it's very common now, and
Yeah.
I'm saying I don't think it's going to die
And
off.
they've
I think
done-
it's going to be...
sort of touching up with this, like hologram shows. Like they've done
Yeah.
concerts of hologrammed concerts.
It's crazy. It's just crazy in how realistic it's been getting.
Yeah.
And I know there's been the concern about it being like used in political realm too.
Oh well, they've already had issues with stuff like that, like people, putting people's heads on other people's bodies,
Yeah.
like not safe for work type stuff, and throwing it on the
Oh,
internet.
yeah.
Like, these are like leaks, and it's not. It's just really good fakes.
I've been wanting to do that, to be honest. So I actually, there was during my last deployment, I had my wife take pictures of her face, and I was gonna try and put her face on my face, just for the fun of it. I didn't actually like dive too much into it because my graphics card on my laptop wasn't something that was supported by deep fakes. But I was like, man, that'd be so cool. I just kind of wanted to see how good I can get it.
Yeah, like, it's crazy. Yeah, like the CGI and all that, amazing.
Yeah.
What they can do in movies, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
How realistic that stuff looks like. Even back in the older movies, like before CGI and all that, like crazy, good CGI. Like they make stuff look pretty solid.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, yeah, it's like you look at it like, wow, they really do that, or is that CGI?
I'll wait for that moment where our CGI becomes so good that when we look back at like Jurassic Park, we're like, wow, it looks bad.
Yeah.
We haven't quite.
Yeah.
It's starting to get there. Like, I know recently I watched Jurassic Park and I was like, there's a few moments. I mean, for the most part, it looks pretty good still. It holds up, but just wait for that moment where where our eyes so accustomed to knowing what's fake that we can just easily spot it. Like, oh yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Cause like back in the day, you watch some of those, you're like, that look good, man. I can't imagine it looking better. And then you rewatch and you're like, ugh.
That's like playing
That's
games.
But
You're gonna play jumping back to like an old 64 game or something. It's horrible. It's like, whoa, this is not how I remember it looking. Like I remember it being so much better. Like this is way more squares and triangles than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, so I really am kind of curious on how far we're gonna take that, and I wonder if the government will ever intervene. Like, no, you can't do that.
I don't
That's
know.
too realistic.
To a point, yeah. And it was being used in a negative way. Like if they start getting political issues, I mean that's gonna cause some.
Yeah. And I know like films, it's becoming an issue because a lot of people were like, when I was watching that trailer, a lot of people were like, that's disrespectful to use someone's image in a video for promoting your product.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never thought of that. To me, it was just kind of I saw it as an artwork,
Mm-hmm.
This is a beautiful piece of art,
Yeah.
but not everybody sees it that way.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got different views on everything. So.
Yeah. The last thing I'm going to bring up is cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency, all right,
The thing
Bitcoin.
that kind of died and it almost died and doesn't seem to go away.
Yeah, it's still there. Like, yeah, it's still around, but it's not what we all thought it was going to be for sure.
I'm starting to think maybe my kids will probably use cryptocurrency.
I still don't think it's gonna. I don't know.
It only takes one generation to make the change,
Yeah,
and I don't know which generation it's going to be, but it might be my kids' generation.
I don't know. I just don't. Well, let's see, Bitcoin. Oh, it's not showing me.
You trying to see what it's worth?
Oh, it's Currently at $9,117
Yeah,
and 3 cents
it's
per
dropped
Bitcoin.
a lot. What it used to be 30,000.
Oh, it was up there at one point.
But that's the thing with tech stuff is they go big and then they die real fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's still up there, but getting Bitcoin is a process. And
What?
mining,
Since when?
Mining for
you,
Bitcoin.
You don't have to buy. You have to mine for it.
Well, back in the day.
You can use one of those special crypto wallets. You can buy it using US dollars.
Well, I don't got $9,000 to buy,
That's true,
buy
but-
Bitcoin.
I've actually been eyeballing their stock prices.
Yeah.
So the currency's cool. I think it's gonna make it someday. I don't know when, but I think it's gonna replace all currency.
I'm not sure about that. I think I sort of disagree with you. I think it's going to die out.
You think?
I think, now I'm probably wrong, but just the way it's been, like it had all this hype and it was so big and everybody was going to, oh yeah, we accept Bitcoin, we accept this, and then it just died. Like you never heard it.
I'm thinking it's
It
going
just
to be a lot
disappeared.
like 3D, where you had the little red and blue glasses, and then 3D just died, and it took years for it to come back. But when it did, it found its little footing. And,
Yeah.
I mean, it's dying again, but I mean, VR's kind of becoming a thing. So
Yeah. I just don't see it because like I said, you know, it's expensive to get Bitcoin.
oh yeah,
And I mean, sure, you know, you buy one stock of Bitcoin, it's like 9,000. Or I someone say stock, but like a Bitcoin,
oh
it's
yeah,
like currently like 9,000. Sure, that's like then you know you think about when I have $9,000.
Well, that's Bitcoin. There's other coins.
yeah,
There's Facebook's trying to create theirs, which the government really seems to hate for some reason. I don't know why they hate
everybody
Facebook
hates
so much.
Mark Zuckerberg is a robot.
He's
That
a
went
robot.
wrong.
Get
He's
out
one
of
of their
here, Cat.
robots.
Go, shoot! You can't touch the microphone stand.
Yeah.
Go.
I don't know. I think it's gonna, you know, it may have like an attempt to come back, but I really just don't see it
Yeah.
going nowhere.
Huh.
I mean, I'll probably be wrong. I'm sure it will, but currently the way I feel about it, I think it's not going nowhere.
I remember I heard Whose Line Is It Anyways, right? I was
Uh-huh.
watching it and they were making fun of Bitcoin. Right? And I was like, what's Bitcoin? Huh, I should look into that. And I never did. And then like 2 years later, it skyrocketed in price, and then I started looking into it. I was like, that's what Bitcoin is.
Yeah.
I was so mad at myself. I was like, I should have bought it when I thought of it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
I think, yeah, if it was invested in it when you were, you know, when it was still new and you could buy some and just hold on to it, then that would have been a smart move.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping
I don't know.
that cryptocurrency in general make a comeback because I like the idea of it. I think the U.S. dollar, physical dollars, are kind of they got a lot of issues. They're starting to fall apart.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm sitting at. I don't know which coin will make it on top. I'm hoping Bitcoin just because of the name.
Just because of the name.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
like
Bitcoin.
that is like the first, but not really. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually trying to look into the stock prices of.
All the different cryptos.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I know it hasn't been very good. It's literally a penny stock now. Kind of crashed and burned, and I was like, oh. But I've been keeping an eye on it because I'm waiting for it to kind of rally up a little bit, and I
Yeah.
might reinvest in it. Because, like I said, I think it might come back. I don't think it's happening anytime soon. There's blockchain. Or blockchain, not Chan. It's not 4chan.
Yeah.
The cryptocurrency.
That die out.
So I guess it's not too bad. It's like 12 cents. So yeah, but I mean, it used to be worth, you know, a lot. It just kind of tanked really hard.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe one day, but we'll see.
I will see.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it'll be something else. I think
Technology.
maybe maybe not cryptocurrency, but some kind of
I think
tech coin.
basically how I think it's gonna be is, you know, everyone's got direct deposit now and everything's on the card, and the card you can swipe it, you're not even putting it in the machine. You can have it on your phone, just press a button.
Yeah.
I think it's basically gonna be that. Like all your money is gonna be direct deposited on your stuff.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be any. I do believe there's gonna be a chance where the paper dollar and the coin are gonna be pretty much wiped out.
That's
but
the thing is, the U.S. dollar is, you have to have something to show that this is the value,
Yeah.
and that's what cryptocurrency is. It's data showing the value,
I don't know.
and it's weird.
It is confusing.
You know what we should do? We should do a recap on this episode. I mean, we're gonna do a recap on this episode
We'll
here
have
next
it
week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it'd be cool to do like another version or return of this episode, like 5 years later or something.
When robots are overlords.
Yeah.
And we live in a VR simulation.
We'll come back
and we pay everything with Bitcoin.
We'll come back and rewatch
we
this.
pay everything with $4chan.
Oh no!
Our food is 3D printed, and it tastes horrible.
$4chan is a bunch of memes.
That'll be 5 memes, sir.
No!
I only have 2 left.
Come on. Why? Why memes?
I better start saving my memes up.
There's some people out there who have way too many memes.
Yeah, about that.
Is that you?
I go through my phone like every few months and delete like 2,000 memes
Really?
off of it.
Wait, why?
I got chats I monitor. We just put memes on all day long.
Okay, I'm kind of curious. Do you think social media will die off?
No.
Dang it! I really.
You think it will?
No, I really was hoping you can tell me why it would, because I want to sometimes.
I mean, it'd be smart for it to die off because it's a freaking brainwashing mechanism that's destroyed the lives of everybody. And I think everybody needs to get off social media, honestly. It would improve everyone's life quality.
Except for this channel.
Yeah, just stay on our Facebook page, though. No, social media is a freaking nightmare. But it's not going away. I mean,
the memes.
people are talking about, like, creating new social medias because they're tired of, Zuckerberg banning them for stuff and this and that. So people are working on new social media sites. There's always going to be... Social media is the thing. It's going to be there.
You know what bothers me about, like, particularly Facebook? There's many times that I change the timeline to show the most recent, but it keeps showing most relevant.
Yeah.
It's like, doggone it. No! It's like, no wonder why nobody sees my stuff.
Yeah. And, like, it's... Or whatever that thing is. Arigma? It's program, whatever.
Oh,
I can't remember.
okay.
It starts with like a Arigma. I don't know. I can't think of it. Brain fart.
That's a rhythm thing.
Yeah. But like the way it's set up, it's gonna show you what they think you want to see, not what people post.
You're talking about like algorithm?
That word, yep.
Yeah, you kept starting with an R, and I'm like, I don't know.
That's what it is. So that's set up to basically show you what they think you want to see, not what you actually want to see.
Which YouTube sometimes gets it right. Sometimes. Unless you watch one cat video, and then that's all it shows you is cat videos.
And it's like when you go on Amazon and you buy like a toilet seat, next thing you know, it's just showing you a bunch of toilet seats.
Yeah, you do one search, you're like, oh, I wonder what a nice toilet seat's like. Oh, what do you know? That's crazy.
And then it's just like all you see for like a week is toilet seats.
Like, no, I don't actually want a toilet seat. I was just curiosity.
Yeah.
Get these toilet seat ads out of here.
And that's freaking ads, man. You look up one thing and then you're just bombarded with it.
I wonder if ads will make it it will evolve.
To where it's just like some guy coming up to you like, hey.
No. Well, geez, I hope not. No, because I know Brave, the web browser, tried to change it up a little bit to where it's ad-free, right? Mm-hmm. But you give it a little bit of money, and you can distribute that money to the sites that you go to. Mm. So instead of like those sites making money off of ads, they get money from just you
not wanting to see ads.
Yeah. You're like, well, I support this person. This person can have my money.
If I could do that, like, okay, sure. I don't want to see ads anymore, but send that money here, and here.
Yeah.
And I'd probably pay for it.
Yeah, Brave. You can check it out. I checked it out. It's not too bad. But, I mean, didn't have much to it, so I was like, it's all good. I can switch back. Yeah. All right. Do you got anything else you want to share?
I don't know. You got anything else to talk about with the tech?
No. I cut some stuff out that I was like, that's gonna be really lengthy.
Yeah.
Like AI. I think that's
We
in
can
a
hit
whole
that up
other
on other
podcast.
episodes.
And
All right. Well, go to Brothers by Law Pod on Facebook, the only social media site or page you should follow. Other than that, ignore Facebook, but just keep watching our page. Hit that Learn More button. You get there, that takes you to our website, and then from there, you got our links to our Spotify, a direct feed to the podcast.
Yep.
Links to our the YouTube, which is under the Instagram icon on the top right corner. Our Twitter, which we'll eventually start actually using.
I think we posted a few things.
Yeah.
We need to be more active on
And
that.
then it'll take you back to our
I'm
Facebook.
sorry, Twitter.
And eventually, hopefully we can get back on Google and Apple.
Oh, Apple. Why do you decline us?
We love you, Apple. I mean, I don't. I mean, yes, I do love you, Apple. I love you. You're my favorite.
This is going to have to be another debate at some point.
I'd gladly debate Apple versus Android all day long. All day, any day, Apple loses. Except for when they want to use our podcast.
Alright, guys. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
See ya.